What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into the Friday morning edition of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault here on BettingPros.com. Always being brought to you by BetMGM. We got a very cool new offer for you guys with our friends from BetMGM using that promo code Juice100. More on that here in just 1 second. But to start off, a really big thank you to everyone that came in for the Daily Juice Betting Pros live Discord stage, round one of the NFL draft conversation. Dan Harris and I had a ton of fun doing it. We really enjoyed all the conversations, the interaction. We gave away, I think, 5 t-shirts is the total, including one in Germany, which is pretty darn cool. So we had a listener who chimed in and got the pick right for Germany. So the picks, just to go through them, the picks that were right for our mock draft for the Daily Juice audience: Trey Lance 3, Kyle Pitts 4, Jamar Chase 5, Jalen Waddle 6, and Slater from Northwestern going 13th to the Chargers. Those were our correct picks. So 5 picks correct, 5 t-shirts going out to you guys in the audience for Daily Juice listeners. Very, very cool stuff, and thank you for being a part of that. Super fun. We'll do it again. Was my first time, was Dan's first time really doing it like that and during a live event. But that's how we're going to do games. We're going to watch games together. And this is why just being a part of the Discord channel, look, it's just what we do here, right? One of the fun things that we're doing every day here on the Daily Juice is that, we've got the podcast. You can listen to the podcast. You can either watch the podcast, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts. And then you can go ahead and you can have a chance to go in and chime and talk about your picks and my picks and whether you're fading or following, whether you like my plays or not. And, you don't have to bet my plays. It's just what I'm playing. It's what I'm betting. And sometimes I'm hot and I do well. Sometimes I'm not and I lose. And last night in the NFL draft was not a good night, but it's okay. I mean, I'm okay. I don't like losing, obviously, but for the NFL draft, it's a very difficult game to handicap. Some people do really well with it. Some people drive themselves crazy by just going really in-depth into it. And you can study and you can do really well with it. And I had Trey Lance going 3, so that before Fields and Mac Jones, so I got that at plus 265, but that's the only thing I got right. Justin Fields under 8.5 did not happen. He goes 11th to the Bears. Great pick, by the way. That's a really good place for him. Total offensive players over 18.5, 18 went. The last 5 players taken in the first round were all defense. That was a killer. That just hurt my soul. We would have been pretty much flat, down like 0.3 units if that didn't happen. Instead, we're down almost nearly a full unit with one more bet to go with Mills over Mond, and hopefully Davis Mills gets picked earlier in the second round, and then we'll cash that. If we lose that one, that will really sting. That will not make it for a fun draft for me, but hey, it's all good. Javonte Williams, I took a bunch of flyers, so, I whenever you throw long shots up, you have to run the risk and realize that you could lose. And so we did quarterbacks taken in the first round. We threw a Hail Mary at that with 6, which is plus 460. That did not hit. We did not hit on Penei Sewell going to become the first offensive player non-quarterback to be taken. That was Kyle Pitts, so we didn't get that right. That was plus 700. So Fields to go second with a flyer at plus 1,600. So, look, if they hit, that's awesome. But if they don't, it's entertainment, it's for fun, and I had a ball with the draft. It was just super fun to watch it. It continues today. I don't have any plays except the Mills over Mon prop to watch today, so that's the only one I'm watching for in the second round. And then my guess is Kellen Mond's not getting drafted in the second round, but Mills probably is. So I feel pretty good about that pick. So hopefully we get that right. And then it'll be, we'll still be down for the draft, but not dramatically. We'll be down, probably like half a unit or so, which is not great, but it's not horrible either. So a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it and we get rolling here. It's been a lot of fun to watch the Daily Juice, watch us come together with our first NFL draft, and looking forward to doing even more fun stuff coming out with you guys over the next couple of months on the Discord channel. The link is below me here on YouTube, or you can go to bettingpros.com/chat to get into the Discord channel. Free. Everything we do is free. We will never try to sell you anything besides maybe a t-shirt. We'll do that every once in a while. You can grab hold of a Daily Juice t-shirt. It is a Friday. That means it is time for the parlay. The Don't Bet Parlays parlay, which is now 3-11 and up $700. If you bet $100, don't do that on all of the parlays. I got a baseball home money line dog parlay to throw at you coming up here today for at plus 600. 3 teams on the money line in Major League Baseball on the money line that will go after it. And I do have one baseball play, one basketball play, and one hockey play to talk about. And we will also do NBA player props on the Discord channel coming up later on. I have hit my last 5 NBA player props, so we're on a nice little run there with NBA player props. But this podcast is being brought to you by BetMGM. Their new offer with the promo code JUICE100, when you sign up for an account, you can bet $20 and you will win $100 on any event. It's a new special offer. Any player can bet $20 on any event, and you will win $100 in free bets regardless of the outcome. Now, this is very cool. You can use that promo code JUICE100. It's available in New Jersey, Colorado, Indiana, West Virginia, Tennessee, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Virginia, and Iowa. To be a part of this, bet $20 to win $100 on any event using that promo code JUICE100 when you sign up for BetMGM. JUICE100, that promo code when you get a new account with BetMGM. All right, let's start in hockey. The Vegas Golden Knights up against the Arizona Coyotes. The Vegas Golden Knights are absolutely on fire, and I mean just incredible. They're 35-11-2, taking on the Arizona Coyotes, who are 21-24-5. Vegas has just been the best team in hockey, and they are 10-0 over their last 10 games. They're averaging over 4 goals a game here, and, I mean, they're not allowing a lot of goals. Okay, so they're on the road against Arizona. They're 5-1 this year against Arizona. The only game they lost back on the 22nd of January was in Arizona, okay? Are the Knights due to lose? Yes. But they've got to win to keep pace and stay ahead of Colorado, which we've got that bet on them to win the West. Vegas is 35-11-2, like I mentioned, 72 points. Game in hand for Colorado, but after beating Colorado, Vegas is now up by 6 points for the West Division race here as we head down the stretch here with 2 games left against the Arizona Coyotes. These games have been 4-2, 5-2, 5-2, 1-0, 7-4, and 1-0. I will have a personal play on the over in this game. But in case Flower plays, or heck, either goaltender for Vegas, Leonard or Flower have played so well, I'm going to go with the puck line here. It's plus 141 after what's happened in the fact that the puck line did not hit in 2 of the last 3 games these 2 teams have played. And I think the books are anticipating that Vegas is due for kind of a dud game. They are. It's on the road. Vegas is 16-7 on the road. Arizona is 11-10-3 at home. I just think when you look at Vegas in the way that they're playing right now, I don't think you can get in front of them. I mean, they've won 5-2, 5-1, 5-2, 3-2, 5-2. That's the puck line in 4 of the last 5 games for Vegas. So could they lose? Yes. Could they win and not cover the puck line? Yes. I just think Vegas right now, at the end of the year, they're playing for something. They're playing motivated. Max Pacioretty's playing incredibly well, scored 2 goals in the last game. Mark Stone's been absolutely outstanding. And Marc-Andre Fleury's been Marc-Andre Fleury with just an incredible performance. But look, Robin Leonard's 12-1-2. I mean, he's great too. Flowers 22-10. So both goaltenders for Vegas really good. So just in case they get hot and they don't give up any goals, that's why I'll personally play the over. But officially for us, I'm going to take the plus 141 here, take Vegas on the puck line on a Friday night to go to Arizona and get a big win over the Coyotes and keep this streak going. Yes, it will end. And yes, at some point you're going to look to fade the Vegas Golden Knights because they're not going to win all these games, in a row for the rest of the season. Their last loss was to the Blues a really, really long time ago, back on, what was this, when they lost on the 7th of April. That's the last time the Vegas Golden Knights lost a game. It's crazy how well they've been playing. And sure, there are some games to look at coming in the future that they might wind up not winning, and this streak could come to an end. Back-to-back games against Arizona, but then 2 games on the road at Minnesota. So most likely it's going to come to an end. Even if they win the next 2 over Arizona, it'll come to an end in one of the 2 games against the Wild. So maybe we'll look to fade the Golden Knights at some point, but not tonight. Vegas Golden Knights on the puck line at plus 141. It's too tempting with the way they're playing. They're too hot not to jump on them here tonight in hockey. Okay, speaking of hot, the Boston Red Sox are on the road tonight against Texas Rangers. Boston's 8-2 on the road. They are taking on the Rangers, who are 5-8. Boston lost the game 4-1 last night. But Boston right now, with Nathan Eovaldi on the mound. Eovaldi has pitched pretty well for Boston, giving up only 28 hits in 28 2/3 of an inning worth of work, a 1.15 whip. Going up against Arihara from Texas, who's got a 4.03 ERA. JD Martinez has been red hot. Boston has been really, really good this season on the road. And I think Eovaldi pitches well enough, and this offense does enough for Boston. Their run differential is quite remarkable. They went to the Mets. They won 2-1 and 1-0, and they lose in the first matchup, and they lose to Texas. And you're kind of like, So is this where Boston is? Well, I think they have a 3-game win streak they lost. I think it's a good time to jump in here on Boston, and I don't think Texas is good at all. Okay, they're just not a very good baseball team. In Boston's offensively, they've played really well, except for the last 3 games. I think the bats come to life here tonight. Red Sox on the run line is just -102. I hate laying any juice on a run line or a puck line, but I just don't think Texas is good. I think Boston bounces back here, and the Red Sox come to life offensively, and I think Nathan Eovaldi pitches pretty well. So, after scoring just, 1 run, 2 runs, 1 run over the last 3 games, Boston had a run differential that was negative. That was +20, I believe. So now it's +19 after losing 4-1 last night. It's still pretty good. +19 is really good for Boston. 6 teams over 500. They lead the East by 3. The Texas Rangers are 11-15. They're 5 games back of Oakland, and they have a -16 run differential. So I think Boston bounces back here after the loss. Red Sox run line -102. And 1 game in the NBA to jump in on here, and this is the Utah Jazz at the Phoenix Suns. So this year, Phoenix actually has had a pretty good mark against Utah, but Mike Conley is out with a hamstring. Donovan Mitchell is out with an ankle. This is just too much, I think, to go on the road against Phoenix, where Phoenix is laying 5. And it is interesting when you look at the season so far, even with Conley and guys who are healthy, they're 2-0 against Utah so far this year, and they beat Utah at home as 2.5-point dogs. They won by 4, Phoenix did, and when they were on the road at Utah earlier in the year, they won by 11 as 4-point dogs. So they've played well here against them, and I think they'll continue doing that here as Phoenix and Utah are both playing for a lot. This is a 7:00 start time on the West Coast so far, but it was a 117-113 win the last time for the Suns against the Jazz, and 106-95 in the first game against the Jazz. I think it continues. I think Conley being out, I think Mitchell being out, it's asking a lot of Utah to go on the road against Phoenix, a team that's 24-9 at home, and both these teams, like I mentioned, need this game. So I'm going with Phoenix. I'm going to lay the 5 points here with Phoenix and watch them hopefully score a bunch of points. I thought about the over in this game. I kind of was going back and forth about saying, maybe we go with the over, but I don't know if I want to sweat that out right now. And Phoenix is 33-29 to the over. Utah is 28-33-1 to the over. On the road, Utah is 15-16-1, and at home, Phoenix is 19-14. I don't love it. I'm not feeling it entirely to say, yeah, this is to bet the over. The over hit in the game back on the 7th of April. At home, Utah, it was 227, and it went over by 3 points. The game earlier in the year, it went under by 18 points with a 219 total, and it came way under, 18 points under. So nothing that really gravitate towards me, and I'm afraid about with the injuries to the backcourt with Conley and Mitchell that Utah may not score all that much in this one. So I'm going to lay the 5 here with the Suns, -5 at home, taking on the Utah Jazz for our 3 plays, and then the parlay. Okay, this is +600. It's pretty basic here. At home, I'm going 3 teams, all at home. Arizona, they're not dogs, but they're close to being dogs, I guess. Small lines. Arizona at home against Colorado. Bumgarner on the hill against Gray, -112. I've got Yarborough against McCullers. Tampa Bay at home, +102. And the Reds at home with Wade Miley going against Jake Arrieta at -118, +600, moneyline parlay. Reds, Rays, and the Diamondbacks. Reds, Rays, Diamondbacks, plus 600. All money line combined parlay for baseball is the parlay 3-11 so far for the Don't Bet Parlays parlay. I don't bet these. You guys do. I don't. Plus 600. Here we go. We're plus $700. If you bet $100, don't do that. On all the parlays we've had so far here, even with a 3-11 record, you can be very profitable when you're cashing plus 600 parlays every week or once every 14, 15 weeks or 3 times every 14, 15 weeks. So, again, the plays, the parlay at plus 600, Vegas puck line at plus 141, Suns -5 at minus 110, Red Sox run line at minus 102. The NBA player props coming up later on in the Discord channel. I will drop those in there before the games tip off on Friday night. I am Matt Perrault every Friday morning, every morning in general, every morning, period. It is the Daily Juice Podcast being brought to you by BetMGM right here on BettingPros.com.